Hey guys, welcome back to 1776 or Bust. So on the table you see the P-10C in FDE. I finally got my hands on one. Actually finally just got this yesterday after a couple of weeks of waiting thanks to my wonderful state. However, the black one is now history. I got rid of that one. Actually, I sold it and broke even on the FDE one. So pretty happy with that. I don't have any complaints because this was the model I truly wanted initially. Just couldn't find them anywhere. So once one of these showed up, I said, okay, let me get rid of that black one and get one of the P10s and FDE, which I prefer because I'm a big FDE fan. Now, in regards to the gun, this isn't going to be another tabletop for it. You know, if you guys want to refer back to the old one, you can. I'll put a link to that video below once the video is over. So if you stay to the end, you can just link directly to that. What this is just kind of a comparison and things that I've noticed, little strange things that I've noticed between this P10 and the one that I had prior to it, which was the one in black. Now, for me, I'm going to say personally, I do like FDE. I think FDE is a really nice color, especially for a handgun. Some people really don't care, and that's cool. But for me, I like having those options out there. Now, other than that, the gun is exactly the same. There's no difference in size, shape, style, or sights. This did not come with night sights, obviously. They said they were having manufacturing issues. So this came with just your luminescent paint on there. So, they're pretty bright when they're glowing, but other than that, that kind of sucks that there are no night sights yet. And I know that CZ Customs is now out of stock, which is kind of a bummer also. But anyway, in regards to this gun, there's a couple of little things that I found different from this one, from the black one, which might actually be a sign that there may have been some manufacturing differences between the two handguns based on their color. Now, I can't obviously speak if that's true. I'm just giving you my impression of what I found so far between this one and the one that I shot 300 rounds through it. First off, I want to talk about the mag release. Now, this gun is checked. It is clear. Again, you'll have to trust me on that. There was nothing in the chamber. Like I said, I just got it yesterday. But one of the things that I definitely noticed, which was a huge improvement from the other one, is actually the mag release. Now, on the old one, on the black one, I was having some difficulty ejecting magazines. On this one, you can see that that problem no longer exists. So this is sideways. Slight pressure and it jumps right out. So from the get-go, the mag release on this one is actually acting like the way the mag release should have on the other one. And what I've also noticed is that just manipulating the mag release is a lot easier than the one on the black one. So again, as you can see, mag in, and it jumps right out, which is pretty sweet. That's the way a mag release, in my opinion, should work. And on the black one, it wasn't necessarily as positive as it should have been. Whatever that could have been, who knows? Could it be just that it needs to be broken in a little bit more? That's certainly a possibility, but again, you really shouldn't have those issues. Not saying that it was a major issue, but just noticing that it was different from this model right here. Another thing that was also kind of problematic was the slide lock / slide release. Most of the time, on any handgun, you push down a little bit, relieve the pressure, and next thing you know, the slide will rock forward. In this case, it was very difficult. What I did notice about this one is with a little less pressure, I can actually release that slide with the actual lever. So again, that's another thing to me that's slightly different from the black one to this one. So far, the operations of the controls are a lot easier and a lot smoother, and in my opinion, the way they should have been on the black one, which they weren't. Now, in regards to the trigger, and this is going to be the biggie. Again, I shot 300 rounds through the black one, and the black trigger was good, but it never just seemed to me that it was great. And that was one thing I noted in the video also, and again, you can check that out if you choose to, but it never seemed perfect. And that's not a knock against the gun, because the gun is fantastic, obviously. However, when you preach about this trigger being so amazing and you see all these videos saying the trigger is going to be amazing and it just doesn't live up to the hype, it is sort of disappointing. Now, don't get me wrong. If you own this gun and you buy this gun, you will not be disappointed with this firearm because it is fantastic. However, one of the things I did want to show you on this trigger was just the initial trigger pull. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, right off the bat, as soon as I pulled this out of the box and I started just playing with the trigger a little bit, this trigger feels tremendously smoother than the black trigger did. Every time I basically pulled the trigger back to the wall on the black P10, what I noticed was that there was a little bit of a grinding feel in the trigger. So that was probably the metal on metal contact. However, with this one, I don't feel it. It's a lot smoother. And it was something that I mentioned when I compared it to the PPQ's trigger, that this one actually feels like it's riding on glass, very similar to that PPQ. One of the things that is still the same is this dingus. This dingus does protrude a little bit too much for my liking. However, whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to harm you, and it's not going to hurt the quality of the firearm. Now, in regards to the black trigger, as soon as I hit the wall, there was always a little bit of extra room and it's right there, and you saw my finger move right there. But however, it is, I have to say, guys, it's extremely less than what it was on the black one, because on the black one there was still some play in this trigger. Now with the FDE one, it's a complete break of the trigger. So to me, this trigger feels like the way the trigger should have. When I read all the reviews and looked at all the videos, to me this trigger is superior than the black one. Now, in regards to the reset is extremely short. I mean, like amazingly short, guys. And there it is. That's it. Again, there's going to be slight play in the trigger right there, as you can see, but then it's a break. So in my opinion, there's less movement in this trigger than in the black one. Now, what does that mean? I have no idea, guys. I can't tell you if it's something with the way the gun was put together in the factory, if maybe the variances of thickness and metal had something to do with it. Maybe the parts weren't aligned the way they are on here. I don't really know, guys. I'm just speculating on that. However, one thing I am going to tell you is that, in my opinion, based on this gun, and of course the other one, the black one, I have to tell you guys, this gun to me feels a lot more superior in regards to quality of the trigger and just the refinement of the controls on here with the trigger dart, or excuse me, the mag release, and of course the slide lock. So of course, just to test it out again, there's a slide release. Now it breaks, no issues whatsoever. And again, this has not been fired, hasn't been anything done to it. Again, with the mag release here, you can see right here, fellas. Well, let me do that again. You can see right here, and it jumps right out. So again, in my opinion, whatever the difference is, or whatever the difference was between this gun and the other gun, in my opinion, guys, this FDE is what CZ was claiming their gun was going to be. So right now, thumbs up. I'm very happy with this one. I think this is going to be a huge improvement over the black one for whatever reason, you know, whatever that is, I don't know. But just from me, from what I'm seeing from owning both of them, this is the one I prefer, because this is the one that I read about. This is the one that I saw reviews on, and this is the trigger that I heard all the great reviews on. So I hope you guys have a great day. Take it for what it's worth. Again, if you're looking for one, you can't go wrong with either. I'm just finding that for me personally, the FDE seems to be a little bit more refined than the black one. So I hope you guys have a great day. As always, freedom is never free.